What's up guys, welcome to another tutorial on how to connect VB.NET with MySQL. Okay, in this tutorial we are going to talk about how to connect to the database. First of all, you need to create a MySQL database and a table in the database so we can proceed with the insertion of the data. Okay, now I have created here a database. As you can see in my schemes here, I have the tutorial, and inside the tutorial database I have the table and the account. Okay, now here I have created in the database 3 entries and an ID. First of all, it's important to create an ID and to assign the ID to be the primary key, to not be null, to be unique. If you want, you can change that. But it's also very important to enable the auto incremental, because that will increment every next insertion of data here. If you don't do that, you have to manually do that in the code. You can do that too, but it's easier to do it this way. So I have created 3 here column names, which is user, address, phone number. Okay, now we're going to continue in the Visual Studio. As you can see here, I have created a form. In the form I have my data which I want to insert, and I have a button here. Before we start, we also should add the data references, MySQL references. Okay, right click here, go to add reference, and in the extensions here, under extensions, you need to open the assemblies. Scroll down and look for MySQL.data. In order to have this extension, you also need to install it with the MySQL installer. If you don't have this extension installed with the MySQL installer, then you won't be able to see the MySQL.data here. And also this extension works with .NET Framework 4. Okay. Once we do that, I will click OK. If you don't know how to do this, please leave a comment. I'll do a video on how to install and configure MySQL. Okay, right now we're going to continue here. We're going to double click the insert form. As you can see here, I've already created the connection. First of all, when you start, we need this code here, imports mysql.data.mysql client. This will tell the software that we are using MySQL commands here. After that, on the public class here, we need to declare the 3 variables, which is the connection. Will be dim connection. You can name the connection whatever you want. I can name it here connection. Okay, as MySQL connection, we need the data reader here, and we need a command. After we do that, on the button 1 click here, we assign connection equals a new connection, and we do the connection string. Here I declare I'm using a local server here on my database, and I'm entering my user ID, which is root here. In your database it may be different if you're connecting to other databases, and your password also may be different. And also here we need to make a database connection and also the port number. I have a custom port number, so you may have something like 3309. Okay. Now here I'm going to change the database because I don't want to insert to this database. I'm going to insert to another tutorial, which is named tutorial database. Okay, after that we need a try catch block. First you type try, then we are opening the connection. After we are opening the connection here that we created in this part here, we create a query string. Okay. You need to create a query string. In the query string, we are going to use some SQL commands. Here, the code should be as it's shown here. Insert into. The first is the database name dot the table name. Okay. After that, we declare the column names of our tables. You should be very careful because the column names should be the same as are here in the database. After that, we go to values here. I'm assigning those values to my text box 1, text box 2, or text box 3. And here with my command, I'm doing my new command, and here with my reader, I'm executing my command that I created here. Okay, now here I'm going to add another code, which is message box dot show So we want to show that the insertion is correct. Data has been saved here. Okay, if we have an error here, the catch exception will show us an error. I left it to the custom ex message. You can add your own, but it's better to leave it as ex.message because that will display what is the problem. Okay, after that, on the final block, we dispose the connection, so the connection should be finally closed and the data should have been entered. So after doing this, let's start the program here and let's see what have we done. Okay, I'm going to add a new user, which is going to be John here. Okay, some address here, and after it I'm going to enter some numbers here as a phone number, and I'm going to be clicking insert. As you can see, data has been saved. Okay, we can go here to the database and also see if the data has been inserted. As you can see, I have inserted data here. Okay, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them on the comment section down below. In the next tutorial, we are going to be talking about how to add a data grid view here and add some custom column names on the data grid view. Also, some new stuff to this software. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.